What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another Prize Picks video for you, talking about MLB today. In this video, we got a lot of games going on. First game starts at 11:35 a.m., so super early start time. A lot of daytime baseball today, which is super fun. Then you have NBA in the evening, so a full day of sports. Great time to be a sports fan for sure. As always, I hope this video finds you all doing well and in good spirits. We'll kick things off with a quick recap over yesterday's plays, and then we'll dive right on into a few player props that I like that are already on the board. So if you like the way that sounds, stick around, drop a like, drop a sub, click the notification icon, get notified of all upcoming content and videos from me in this channel. And without further delay, let's jump into those picks from yesterday. 1-3 on the day, we had Ronald Acuna coming through for us over on his 8.5 fantasy score. Looking for a home run for him to kind of put the cherry on top. Didn't give us a home run, but still gave us 8.5 or gave us more than 8.5 fantasy points. We had Framber Valdez and Matt Manning combined for 2 first-run innings, so that Nerfy was out the window super fast in that game. That was a little surprising to see 2 runs allowed in the first inning by those 2 dudes. And then we had Hayden Wesneski hook us with 4 strikeouts. We needed 5 from him, and that game was a super sloppy game in terms of runs being scored. Thought that'd be a little bit of a tighter game, but ended up being a pretty high-scoring game, actually. Nonetheless, Wesneski was relieved of his duties around the 5th inning. Didn't see as much run as I thought he'd see, so ended the game with 4 strikeouts. We needed 5, so 1-2 on the day. We're looking to bounce back today with these player props. So let us just transition right on into the Prize Picks board and start talking about these props. All right, so the first 2 player props that I want to talk about are both going to be strikeout props. Mitch Keller, 4.5 strikeouts, and his counterpart, Corey Kluber, 4.5 strikeouts. I like the under, the less on both of these plays. Let's head on over to props.cash and find out why. All right, starting off with Mitch Keller, looking at his numbers over the last 10 games, we have to go back to last year, obviously, being that he's only had 1 game. He's only pitched in 1 game in 2023. This game projects to be one of the highest scoring games on the slate. And if you check out the over-under in terms of runs, opened at 9, bumped down to 8.5. It's one of the highest scoring games on the slate, up there with Atlanta, St. Louis, and you can see the White Sox, the Guardians and Athletics also have a pretty high run total. But when I see a run total like that, I'm not really envisioning a pitcher's duel. So looking at these 2 pitchers, their strikeout props are super low. These plays are really asking you to play the over on these because they're so low. But when I look at the numbers a little closer, Boston is starting off the season right where they left off 2022. Bottom percentile in terms of strikeouts per right-handed pitching. This is actually a pretty decent percentage here. Much better than they ended the season last year. But we want to see green. As a pitcher, you want to see green in these numbers. And when you see red, that kind of works against you. So right off the bat, Boston is picking up where they left off, hitting right-handed pitching fairly well. On the season last year, though, Mitch Keller only averaged .87 strikeouts per inning. This is bottom percentile in the league. Swinging strikeout percentage, bottom percentile in the league. And then called strikes. So not really seeing a lot of called strikes. This is going to be equivalent to swinging strikes. But these are just pitches that are just going to get called strikes, not pitches that are being swung at for a strike. So bottom percentile in all these numbers. And then also just looking down at his innings pitched, I don't really expect him to go 6 or 7 innings today. I think we see him in that 4 2/3 range, that 5 innings range. So if he pitches 5 innings and he's averaging less than 1 strikeout per inning, I like our odds of him not hitting his 4.5 strikeout prop, going under on this one. So, and then Corey Kluber on the other side, coming into this season, night and day in terms of strikeouts versus right-handed pitching. Last season, the Pittsburgh Pirates ended the year in the top percentile of the league, striking out at 25% versus right-handed pitching. Coming into 2023, they're number 25 in the MLB, 20%. So huge decline, 5% decline. They look like a much more disciplined team at the plate this season. But a lot of this information applies to Corey Kluber that applied to Mitch Keller. So bottom percentile on these numbers, 0.85 strikeouts per inning, less than 1 per inning. Swinging strike rate is low. Call strike whiff rate is low as well. So looking at what he did in his first start versus Baltimore, 4 strikeouts over 3 1/3 innings. So got pulled from this game because he also gave up 5 earned runs in that game. So that'll get you pulled real fast. Being that this is a high total game, the books are projecting 8+ runs in this game. I just don't see a lot of strikeouts between these two dudes. So I'm going with the under on both Kluber and Mitch Keller strikeouts here. And since we like these two players to go under their strikeout prop, another way I was thinking we could leverage these two players is to go over on their NRFI. So 0.5 runs to be scored in the first inning between Mitch Keller and Corey Kluber. Being that this is a high run total game, I project these pitchers to not go over their strikeout prop. I think it's very possible that we see two runs, 1 run scored in that first inning. So this is another way you could go, going the over on Mitch Keller and Corey Kluber's first inning runs allowed. Last pick. So I want to keep this trend going. The home run call of the day. I'll think of another name for it, a catchier, cooler name for it. But home run of the day. Man, I'm going to roll with this dude, Anthony Rizzo. We can't pull up any home run stats over on Prizepicks, but I think for this segment of the video, we'll focus on hitter fantasy, because if you hit a home run, that's 14 points right there. Obviously, that's more than 6.5. So if we like the over on his fantasy score, or I should say, if we're looking for him to hit a home run, then we have to like the over on his fantasy score. For the sake of this video, we'll click the over on his fantasy score, and Anthony Rizzo is going to be my home run call of the day. Taking a look at numbers over on props.cash, we can see that Rizzo went yard back on the third versus this Phillies team, versus Aaron Nola specifically, batting .333 in 18 plate appearances with a .733 slugging percentage, 3 singles, 2 home runs, and 4 RBIs. Crushes left-handed pitching versus that of right-handed pitching. Although he's not seeing as many home runs versus left-handed pitching as he is right-handed pitching. Good news is Aaron Nola is a right-handed pitcher. So I just really wanted to play this prop. I know there's not a home run prop over on Prizepicks, but Anthony Rizzo is going to be my home run call of the day, and I like him to go over on his 6.5 hitter fantasy score. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to round out our plays on the day. Just to recap, we got quite a few unders. Well, 2 unders, 2 overs. Mitch Keller, Corey Kluber, both under their pitcher strikeout prop. And then we have Mitch Keller and Corey Kluber going over 1 run, first inning run, I should say, today. And then Anthony Rizzo rounds it out, going over on his fantasy score, because fingers crossed, we're hoping for a home run. He is our home run call of the day. So with that being said, thank you all so much for stopping by the channel, checking this video out. Drop a comment below letting me know who you like on the board and what you think of these player props that we talked about in today's video. Do you like them, love them, hate them, or do you want to leave them alone? And as always, thank you so much for all the continued support, the likes, the subs, and the comments. Truly means a ton in helping this channel just get a bit bigger every single day. And until tomorrow's MLB Prizepicks video, best of luck to you all today. And Chavez is